Show me your friends and I tell you who you are. That's how the saying goes. But it is actually more like, show me your friends or the people you hang out with, and I will tell you who you will become. It is really amazing how we get impacted and we pick up cues from the people surround us, whether it's, we spend a lot of time with our parents, our siblings, our friends, our colleagues, our spouse, whatever it is. And so if you look at where we want to get to in life and or what life we want to live to, and I don't mean in a material sense, but generally, a happy life, a fulfilling life, a positive life, an exciting life, and we want to feel like great about life every day. Well, if you look around the people, if they are not feeling that great, it's going to be much harder for us. Not only is it going to influence their thinking, how we feel, but actually their low energy levels will there's something like called an energy vampire. That's people that just suck the energy out of you. And you can very easily measure whether you have them around, and everyone has them around. These are people that you meet, and by the time you part, you have a coffee, lunch, dinner, whatever, or at work, and by the time you part, you feel depleted. You just feel exhausted. And that has nothing to do. Now, the next argument would be, oh, but yeah, my friend, he or she is in a really bad place and I need to help them. Actually, when I or anybody helps people, when you can change them in impact and they listen to you and they want to make a change, it doesn't matter. They can be in the worst place. They can have cancer and all the other diseases, and you feel great meeting them. Obviously not because they have cancer, but because, and you don't, but because you support them. Maybe you support them emotionally, or you help them resolve an issue, or do something, or you push them to become better, or to take that leap of faith. Whatever it is, it's not about or people that are in a bad state. It's about people that want to stay in a bad state. And so you can throw at them with what you got, whatever it is, and nothing changes. They just feel the same. And actually they pull you down because they just say everything is bad. The weather is bad, this person did the bad thing to you, their job is bad, their life is bad, everything sucks. And the question you have to ask, we make way too little choices about who we spend time with. This is really the most precious thing we have, is time, because it's something you can't buy more, and it goes every day. And it's not just the amount that is left, but it's actually how we spend it, right? The moment you are in right now, you could be doing so many things. You're watching this video. Hopefully you get something out of it. If you don't, you shouldn't be watching it. Do something else. Do something where you get something out of it that moves you forward, that you enjoy. Life happens in this very moment. So when getting back to we take way too little care about choosing the people we hang out. These might be friends that we know for a couple of decades. Obviously, our family members we didn't choose even in the first place. But you should be very conscious and kind of ask yourself whenever you spend your time, or just observe yourself whenever you spend time, if someone is kind of this person that sucks out the energy and they constantly do it and there's nothing about that you can do, it is probably a very good decision to spend less time with this person. Because what's the point? We spend time with people to feel, better, right? Otherwise, you can just stay home alone. There's no reason to go out and see people, or to learn something with them, or to, create a bond, or take things forward, whatever it is. So if a person constantly kind of puts you on a lower energy level, in a lower state, there's no point spending time with them. And it doesn't mean you have to completely remove them from your life. You just spend a lot less time. You're not seeking them out anymore. And maybe you even need to cut them out. And maybe that's only temporary, right? Life is fluid and changes constantly. It's dynamic. It's not static. We think okay, this is the situation right now. No, it's not. You can change it any day. You can change it tomorrow, whatever. Normally, ideally, it's best to do it immediately. So think about these people that are kind of these energy vampires, and think about if there's nothing you can do about it, and it's repeatedly you should really start moving away from them. On the opposite hand on that scale is you want to be around people that are kind of exuding and living the life you want to live. Not only are they going to inspire you and convince you and kind of give you the energy and the belief system that you can do the same thing, they're actually also going to teach you, because they are already where you might want to be. And again, that's not in a material context. That's just maybe in an attitude context, or a lifestyle context, or or because they're more interesting, or they're more educated, or you can have smarter conversation where you can learn something, whatever it is, or you have more fun. That's whatever it is. But it's a skill, interest, it's just joy. You want to spend more time with these people because they not only give you the pleasure in the moment, the excitement in the moment, they make life beautiful, but they also allow you to move in that direction forward. And we completely underestimate how influential these things are. Everything that surrounds us all the time is super influential. Like whether it's good or bad weather actually influences our mood. Whether we were in a traffic jam or not will influence that argument we might have later at home. How our day in the office went will impact how we feel later in the evening. All these things influence us. So it's extremely important to pick the people consciously or remove the ones that that shouldn't be part or that don't add to your life. And I don't mean that in any kind of like brutal way or so. I just mean it's important we make choices around everything. So why wouldn't we make choices if one of the key parts of our life, the social aspect, because it really is. Think about, like, let's say I used to be in banking, so everybody around me was a banker, well, at least during the day, and also a lot of friends were a banker, right? Because that's just who you hang out with. So not only you think like one, but all the people around you can kind of affirm that that's the way of thinking. But that's only one way of thinking. There's very different things. And let's say you actually want to leave finance and do other things. Well, every banker or everyone around you, if you are one, will tell you that's too risky, or that's stupid, or you're going to give up that good salary, etc. And so you kind of are in a mental prison and in an unconscious one, which is even worse because you can't do anything about it because we don't realize there's something you should be doing about it. So you want to, if you're thinking, for example, to kind of move into a different industry, then you want to spend more time with the people in that industry to understand how that industry works, and get motivated that that's actually the right move and maybe the right type of environment you want to operate in. So this kind of is in the context of something larger, that we just need to take more agency of our life. We kind of think like, the city we live in, the people we hang out with, what we do is kind of this static and it's set and there's nothing we can do about it. But we can change every single part of it, and actually every single change that we make will impact how things evolve further. So if you're saying like, oh, I can't see this friend anymore, it's always like, stop seeing them, don't complain about them, make the change. It comes back to the video I did yesterday, which is about, accept the things you cannot change, but actually change and not accept the things you can change. And who you spend time with, you can largely change. And even if you feel you don't have agency of changing it, like, for example, you say, your boss or your colleagues, well, you can change team, you can change company. So and just next, going forward after watching this video, just observe who are the people in your life that you really appreciate, and for whatever for what reason you appreciate them, and where could you find more people that are like that, or maybe where could you find people that are inspiring you. And it's not that you have to do social engineering. I think it starts all with the awareness and the consciousness, and then kind of start making small adjustments, and then you're going to see the impact and you can say, wow, that makes a huge difference since I'm not seeing that person more, and now you can actually spend time with another person that might positively influence you or take you forward. And so it's all many of the things I talk about it is just start thinking about this stuff and start noticing, start observing how you react, how you feel, and not see it as a deterministic universe, but actually something you can adjust and change, and where you have full agency over, and life will never be the same again.